Hello friends, how are you? I welcome to my YouTube channel Dr.V.V.Killedar. In my previous video, I have explained about the basic steps in programming. Now, today we are going to see some of the basics of C language programming. Now, the basic question is why one should go for C language programming. The reasons are it is the robust language whose rich set of built-in functions and operators can be used to write any complex program. It is a middle-level language, that is, C compiler combines the capabilities of an assembly language with features of high-level language. It is suitable for writing system software and business package. Programs written in C are efficient and fast. This is due to its variety of data types and powerful operators. There are 32 keywords and provides built-in functions that makes programming simple. C is a highly portable, means C programs written for one computer can be run on another with little or no modifications. So due to these features, most of the times we prefer C language for programming. So let us see some of the important tasks involved in programming. There are 3 tasks that are involved in programming. The first one, that is input data, then the processing of the input data, and the output data. So in any program we have to think over. So in any program you have to concentrate on these 3 tasks. So what is my input data that is given by the user? What processing should be done on that data? So what is my objective? What is my problem? According to I have to process that data. Means in processing there is a arithmetic calculations. You have to take the decisions. That means you have to see whether the data received as an input is correct or not. That is given in a proper format. And some of the times the programming steps are repeated again and again. That is called as a looping in a program. So after processing of the given data, we produce the results, and those results are to be displayed on the output data. So roughly we categorize program for any problem in 3 steps: input data, what is the processing required for the data, and what results are produced. Now you should be very clear about these 3 steps. That is the input operation, that is necessary to receive the data from the user, or we should accept the data from the user through the keyboard. So here keyboard will act as the input device through which we receive the data. That data is stored in a computer memory, and actually the processing on that data is carried out through the program by a computer, and this leads to the output, or this leads to the results, and these are displayed on monitor. So when we are using any programming language, we have to always carry out these 3 steps. The first one, that is the input operation. We have to receive the data from the keyboard. We have to store that data in a computer memory. We have to process that data using the program. The results are stored in a computer memory, and after the processing is over, we have to display that data on the output device, such as monitor. So these are the three important steps. So in any language or any programming language, the instructions are provided to carry out the input operation, the processing of the data, and to display the results. Particularly in C language, for input operation, we use the statements scanf or getch. Through these functions, we can input the data. By using the arithmetic operators provided by the C language, we can process the data. For example, y is equal to mx plus c. I want to perform a calculation. So certain instructions, certain operators are provided in C language for processing the received data, and we produce the results. And those results are displayed on a monitor by using the statements printf, clear screen, which removes the garbage matter from the screen. So in this lecture we are going to see in more details. Firstly, we see what is the structure of C language program. It is a structured programming language. So this C language program has a structure. So what is that structure? So in every program, usually the first line is called as the comment, or this line states what is the purpose of the program, and this should be written between slash asterisk and asterisk slash. So this is a non-executable statement. The machine never executes these statements. This is related only up to the compiler. Then these are called as the header files. Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. These are the two important header files required in every C language program. C language compiler provides number of functions, and these functions are available through the header files. Then you can also define some constants required in a program or your problem. So that depends upon the problem. So that is also defined by using this hash define pi 3.1452. So here we define the constant pi. So constants are defined here. Then the main program begins. Every C language program has one main function, and that should be written void main, parenthesis open, parenthesis close. Again, this is a comment line. This is not executable by a machine, so it is always written as slash asterisk and asterisk slash. Whatever written between these is non-executable. Machine will not execute it. This is only limited to the compiler. So it is, even though it is not compulsory, you can remove this also, but void main is must. The every C language program or the main function begins with this left curly bracket, and it is ended with the right curly bracket. Within these two, you have to write your program related with your problem. That again consists of two parts. First part is called as the variable declaration statements, and another part is executable statements. So let us see these in more details. Now, how to define the variables? Now, what is a variable in programming? It is the name given to memory location where we can store the data or our results. So these are defined as the syntax or grammatical way of defining variables is data type, variable name, and semicolon. This is the syntax of C language to define the variable. Now here consider the examples. Int n comma a. So what is the meaning? N and a are two variables, and the data type of these two variables is integer. Means they are capable to store the whole number, integer number. Then float area. Means area is a variable, or it is a name of the memory location where we can store the real constant, and this real constant is given by the keyword float. So int, float, char, these are the keywords provided by the C language to define the data type. So your data may be of integer type, your data may be of floating point type, or your data may be of character type. So in every program, your data may be either from int, float, character. Okay, so by using these keywords, you can define your data type. Now, the important operation is the input operation, or this is the task, input task, which we have seen in the first slide. So how we can input the data in C language program? By using a scanf function. So if you want to receive the data from the keyboard, always you have to use the statement scanf. So scanf is the keyword. Then you have to firstly write down the format string, which consists of the data type and some characters. Combination you can use it here, and that should be written in a double quotation mark. That is very important. Then a comma, and you can write down address of variable. This is read as address of variable, and these variables are declared in the declaration part. So yes, let us consider some of the examples of this. Scanf, %d, comma, address of A. What is the meaning of this? When you use the word scanf, the control goes to keyboard. Then the machine will accept the data from the keyboard, and that is stored in memory location A. But remember, this data that is given through the keyboard must be integer. If you write a decimal, real constant or floating point constant that is not accepted, you will get an error message. Similarly here, scanf %f, comma, address of R, because in previous slide we have seen that we have declared A as int, integer, R as floating point constant, and choice as a character type data. So this should be very well matched. The type of the variable which we have declared in type declaration part and the data type character you are using, they should match. Otherwise you will find problems in executing the program. Okay, then the third task is the output operation. That means whatever results we have obtained through the processing of the data, those results must be displayed on the monitor device. So this is possible with the help of the executable statement printf. So printf is the keyword, and this will send the data from computer memory to the output device like monitor. The syntax is in double quotation. You have to write down the format string, which consists of the characters as well as the data type format characters, comma, and variable, and it is ended with semicolon. So every statement in C language is ended with a semicolon. That is very important. Let us consider some of the examples to explain how one can use printf. Suppose here printf double quotation number is equal to %d, comma, n. So what will computer do? Firstly, computer will generate this string number equal to, and %d in this place the computer will put or insert the value of this number n, which is integer. D stands for integer. So n should contain a integer constant, and it should be properly declared in variable declaration part. Here printf double quotation is must, area is equal to %f, comma, r. Suppose r is a floating point constant, then you should use here f. Printf double quotation name is equal to %c, choice must be a character type data. Then the value contained by the choice is put in this %c and it is printed. Okay, see another examples. Printf have a nice day. Suppose I want to display the message on the monitor, have a nice day. Then how it should be displayed? You should use printf so that the data will be sent to the output device like monitor, and whatever enclosed in the double quotation is simply sent to the monitor. Printf, value of a is %d \n. So what will happen? The memory location a contains a integer value and that is put in %d in place of %d and it is printed. So this \n is called as the carriage return character. So cursor goes to the next line when you use this /n. Printf, radius is equal to %f/n r. So r is a floating point constant, so f is used. A is integer type constant, so d is used. Simply I want to display this dotted line on the screen. So I have written printf, double quotation, the dotted line /n cursor goes to the next line. Printf, given character is %c \n choice. So choice contains a character and that is displayed in place of %c. So in this way, by using a printf statement, you can transfer the data from computer memory to the monitor device. Now the third task is the processing. How we do the processing in C language program. So the syntax for this arithmetic statement is variable is equal to expression semicolon. So always on the left hand side you have to write down the variable declared in your variable declaration part. This equal to shows the assignment, it is not a mathematical equal to. So this indicates that there is an assignment. So firstly the computer will evaluate the expression given on the right hand side and the value is assigned to the variable on the left. For example, pi is equal to 3.1452. So this value 3.1452 is assigned to a memory location pi. Here area is equal to pi r square. So the value of this pi is used here. The value of r is used from the memory. It is solved. So firstly the computer will evaluate pi r square and this value is then assigned to the area. Here y is equal to mx plus c. So firstly right hand side is evaluated, calculated and the result of that is stored in a memory location given on the left. So always on the left hand side you should write down the variables where you want to store the value, and on the right hand side you have to always write your expression. These are the arithmetic operators provided in C language. Plus for addition, minus for subtraction, forward slash for division, asterisk for multiplication and modulo. This is usually called as this percentage sign modulo, which is used for integer division. So these symbols can be used in arithmetic operations. Now the C language also provides other operators, unary operator, logical operators, relational operators. So if you want to make the comparisons between two values, then you can use these relational operators in if statements, shorthand operators and conditional operators. So number of operators are provided by C language that can make our mathematical expression writing procedure very simple. So you may study all these later on. Now along with these, some statements are also required to us. So if you want to clear console device like monitor, whatever garbage present on the screen, if you want to rub out, if you want to clear the screen, then you can use this clear screen statement. So clear screen will clear the screen, means whatever garbage present on the screen is rubbed out and screen will be cleaned. Get ch. So this is related with input operation. You can receive one character from the keyboard by using this get ch function. Get che. It is also an input statement input operation, and here it will receive one character and it is echoed on the monitor. So that is the difference between get.ch and get.che. Get.che means the whatever character received from the keyboard is echoed or displayed on the monitor screen. Now in most of the problems or programs we require some constants. So those constants can also be defined by using this C language statement hash define. So the syntax is hash define. Then you have to write down the constant name here and then put the value. Don't use commas, that is not allowed. So examples here, define pi 3.1452. So this is the definition of the constant pi, and you can use pi in further executable part of the C language program. Here I can define the mass of the electron, hash define mass of the electron m is 9.1 e minus 31, e is 10 raised to. So here 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31, that is the value of m. So in this way in your program you can also define the constant. So here I have written one complete program to find area of the circle. Now in my previous video I have explained the 5 important steps that are to be considered when you want to write a program for any problem. So in that video I have discussed the algorithm, the flow chart, and finally the program. So this is a C language program written to solve a problem to find area of a circle. So here this is a documentation line. So every program, the first line should indicate what is the purpose of that program. So here, and that should be written as /* */ So whatever it will be written between these two pairs is non-executable. It is not executed by the machine. This is only for the purpose of the user. Okay. Then you have to always write down these two header files, hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, and this is usually called as the link section, because the scanf or printf functions, then get.ch, get.che, clear screen, all these functions are available in these two header files. So during compilation, the compiler will fetch the programs for scanf, printf, and insert into this our program. So these header files should be there. If you don't write these header files, you will find the syntax error during the compilation. So one constant is also defined here, define pi 3.1452, because in the formula of area of the circle we require this constant, so it is defined. So this is nothing but the constant definition. So whatever written in red is not executable by the machine, not executed by the machine. So this is only for the programmer's purpose, what is the use of that statement. Okay. Then void main, parenthesis open close. So every C program should begin with main, and that should be written as void main. Okay. Then you have to open this curly bracket. Then here I have declared two variables, variable declaration, float, radius, comma, area. Means radius and area now stores the real constant, the constant with decimal point. Then clear screen. This will clear the screen, the garbage present on the screen. Okay. Then firstly I prompt the user printf, so that whatever present within this double quotation goes to the monitor. So on monitor we will see that give radius of circle. Then the user will type the value of the circle from the keyboard, and that is taken inside the computer and stored in a memory by using this scanf. The scanf will do the function of input operation, %f, comma, address of radius. So it will receive the value from the keyboard input the value from the keyboard and store it in the memory location named radius. Okay. Then the value of this radius is tested by using this if statement. If is a keyword. If radius is greater than equal to 0, yes, then we have to execute this. Whenever you want to group more than single statement, it is called as the compound statement. So that is always formed by using these two curly brackets. This is called as the open curly brace and this is called as the closing curly brace, and whatever written between these two forms a compound statement. So we calculate the area. Area is equal to pi radius into radius. My variables are here radius and area. So area is equal to pi, the value of constant is substituted here, radius square. Now my process is complete. So I have to now output these results on the monitor. So I use printf. Printf radius is equal to percentage 6.2f backslash n radius. So radius value is converted into 6.2 means it is rounded up to 2 decimal places. Printf area is equal to percentage 6.2f backslash n area. So area is also rounded to 2 decimal digits, or you can simply write down percentage f, that will work. Else means if this condition is false, then the radius is negative. So we don't calculate the value of area. So it is again prompted to the user wrong value of radius. So this message will be displayed on the monitor screen. Get ch, it is waiting for the character to be received from the keyboard. So for holding the screen, you can use this get ch function. Here this brace should be completed here. So they are always in pair. Now the main brace or the main function brace is here, so that should be enclosed here. Okay, so the main program will be within this brace and this brace. So whatever written between these is executed by the machine. So if you write something beyond this end, then it is not executed. Okay. So in this way you can write any C program which is usually has 3 tasks: the input, the process and the output. So whenever you are going to write a program for any problem, always you should ask 3 questions. What is the input data required in this problem? What I am going to do, or what is the process involved in this problem? And thirdly, what is the result which I am expecting? And that result should be displayed on the monitor device. So this is a very simple thing. If you want to write a program, always think on this guideline. Ask the 3 questions. What is the input? What is the process? And what is the output? Okay. For input, use scanf. For processing, use arithmetic statement. And for the output or to display the results, use printf. Okay. So here we will see that a simple program in C language can be written very easily. So I hope you might have got the idea about how to write C language programs. So in the beginning stage, write down very simple programs. Consider a simple problem. Write down the simple programs and then start learning the other statements available in C language on your own. And you find that within a period of 1 month, you can be a very good programmer in C language. In my next video, I will explain how to use C language compiler. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment and share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching.